Alright, so this is Apple's new laptop of 2024, the first with the new 4th generation Apple Silicon inside. We have a new MacBook Pro, and this is pretty good. We got this announcement at what seems to be an event cut into parts, so it was via a press release last week, and I got myself the new laptop with M4 Pro, is what you see here. And after spending a week with it, I was left in awe. So first of all, I love the MacBook Pro itself, like we've seen from previous models like the MacBook Pro and the MacBook Airs. Yeah, it is very squared off. So this MacBook Pro is still thin, 0.61 inch in total height, and 3.5 pounds. It definitely is still all metal, which makes it kinda heavy, hence why it earned the Pro name. So on the right side there is an HDMI, a Thunderbolt port, and a SD card slot. And on the left there's 2 Thunderbolt ports, a headphone jack, along with MagSafe. And it comes with a color matched MagSafe cable, which adds a nice touch. So there's 2 colors with this laptop, silver and space gray. So each MagSafe cable matches the color of the laptop. And then with MagSafe they also have fast charging up to 96 watts of USB-C power adapter. So you can get either the fast charger or the 70 watt USB-C power adapter. But I don't think there's really any change with this new laptop, since we have the notch at the front of the display with the 1080p webcam. So basically in the same style as the first generation Apple Silicon MacBook Airs and MacBook Pros. We also still have thinned out bezels all the way around, making room for a slightly bigger 14.2 inch display, which is now also brighter at 1000 nits. But anyway, you also have a full height function row up at the top of the Magic Keyboard with Touch ID in the corner, backlit keys, the usual thing that we've already seen. You may have noticed I got this space black color, which may not be what some of you want, but I got this color because I love matte black. But also it does still pick up a lot of fingerprints, which is hard to clean off, so it may be a little annoying when trying to clean them off. I'm actually going to pull up my notes for this one, but let's keep on going. But the new M4 chip inside is of course really important, and that is what's going to power this sort of heavy laptop and also allow it to perform impressively. Not to mention, there's also Apple Intelligence on these new M4 laptops, and Apple Intelligence is compatible with any MacBook that runs on Apple Silicon from M1 and up. I'm not going to go over all the numbers, but one thing I will point out is that having said perform impressively, that's all within the now up to 24 hours of video playback, which is another major leap in battery life compared to M3. So that's impressive. Speaking of battery life, and a side note, I don't have a full day of usage since I'm not much of a hard user, but I don't even need to charge it for at least 2 days, give or take. Just wanted to put that out there. I just mentioned the M4 Pro and M4 Max chips are definitely still higher end chips, and we can possibly expect the M4 Ultra at some point. But yeah, this M4 is targeted for baseline, everyday computing, and then sometimes maybe some more demanding stuff. It can handle stuff like video editing, light gaming, stuff you want to throw at it once in a while. But here's where it gets interesting. I'm not going to go over pricing since the price is usually around the same, slightly higher or lower. But for those of you who are students heading to college and you're deciding on a MacBook Pro, you do save yourself at least $100 to $200. This is my first time buying a MacBook Pro, and thanks to my local Apple store for shouting me out. I have no problem recommending the M4 MacBook Pro, so now you know at this price it may not be an instant recommendation for you, but the price can also be a little interesting sometimes. However, you may argue that a MacBook Air works just fine and might not even need a MacBook Pro laptop. First of all, you're not wrong, but second of all, it really depends on what you need it for. And yes, the MacBook Air is slightly cheaper, but not too cheap by any means, because Apple never makes their products cheap, and honestly, who does? I also believe the MacBook Air is actually a great computer for most workflows. The MacBook Air is also thinner, lighter, same design, a large display, Touch ID with a function row, MagSafe with the color matching cable, fast charging, same 1080p webcam, speakers and microphones, and so much more. So the only advantage to the Pro would be gaining some extra performance out of sustained workloads, like long renders and gaming, I guess, and then the slightly longer battery life. But if you're already a person that's thinking about performance for sustained workloads, you're already going to be looking towards the M4 MacBook Pro, specifically the M4 Pro. The 14-inch is what I have, so it just kind of depends on what you need it for. Those are my thoughts on that. Anyway, that's pretty much it. The Pro is a really good machine, and it now supports up to 2 external displays. But overall, it's a great machine, and it's fun to hold and use and carry it around, and it makes perfectly reasonable computer. Okay, that's been it. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.